Hey, guess you missed us. We're back.
Oh, are we on?
Oh, ooh, old school.
Pardon?
We have made it.
Ooh, third.
Oh.
Dude, he's a better singer.
Must be birth week because all the good shit's happening.
It's all coming together.
Not exactly the 72 seasons dropping on my birthday good, but it's fucking up there. It's like,
jam.
it's like really up there.
Hey, man, it's a hole-in-the-wall band we didn't know existed.
Pale Summit, they have hundreds of followers on social media.
No shit.
Not thousands, hundreds. Because this ain't even their full-time gig.
Oh, damn.
Band out of Germany, out of Bochum, Germany. And, yeah, they'll have day jobs and shit. I think one's like an engineer.
I love very good.
Yeah.
Well, shit, you got to get your money, you know?
And it's
Make
like,
that
man,
cake.
if they're doing that and putting out bangers the way they are, you guys go right ahead and continue with your hobbies. Or
Keep delivering them pizzas, boys.
Pale Summit. Look it up.
That sounds cool as hell.
I feel like I've already fucking said that a dozen times on this
I like
show.
whenever bands have really cool names, you know, it kind of makes you wonder what they sound like.
It'd be kind of interesting to go, well, hold on. Why didn't you name yourselves, like, in German? Like, that ain't our market.
Not our market.
Well, if anybody's figured it out, LJ on the show in the house. With
Hey,
us
we did
today.
it.
Back
Today.
once again.
We did it.
After, I don't know, just being this guy here for a little bit, ever since Krista moved. We had Ruben on once. I got a good Ruben joke for you, though.
Pray tell.
Say what do you call it when you have a real desire for a chicken sandwich? And you would do anything for it.
Oh, my God. I don't know.
Chick-fil-A-cio. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's the kind of
for
humor
you,
I can
Ruben.
appreciate,
That's for
man.
you.
see, Ruben, you're not even here getting shout out shit.
That's right.
How's your week,
Rugon.
man? How's your, well, shit, actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me back all of this up. We mentioned it on the last show. You have an Explorer. That's an Epiphone, but it's an Explorer. If you're out there thinking, wait a minute, Epiphone didn't make Explorers. They did.
They
not,
did
not for a
actually, yeah.
long period of time. But you have a project underway.
Yes, it was a birthday gift from my brother, I think last year, actually. Because I went to his house the year before, and he was showing off his guitars, and I saw it. I was like, a Gothic Explorer, holy shit. You know, this is like my favorite guitar. And then the next year, my birthday came around, and he's like, well, I want you to have it. And he just hands it to me. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. I take it home.
I wish I liked somebody that much.
Right?
Exactly. I take it home. He's moving to California because he says he's going to be in a band. I'm like, dude, you're almost 50, but, go for it. What the hell? Why not? What do you got to lose? The lead singer of Steel Panthers in his 50s. Fuck it.
Oh, well, hell yeah, man. But still, Panthers out there for specific reasons, and they're called
That's a
fat
band-
ladies.
That's a band that writes song about pussy, right?
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah,
man.
about big old asses and no, all right with a
Sing
boiler.
about glory holes. Hell yeah.
There's that, yeah.
So I plugged this bastard in, and immediately I realized that it's the clean channel only on the neck pickup, and it comes out super loud. And I'm like, that's not right. I had a distortion pedal and everything, a grunge pedal. Didn't change anything. So then I put it on the bridge pickup so I could play distortion, and nothing comes out. And I was like, oh, man.
Well, sounds
I
like
know
a
why he
solder
gave it to
job.
me now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, so what's your plan then?
What I wanted to do is put new pickups into it. And I actually got some cheap-ass pickups off of Temu because I was like, whatever,
Ain't gonna be able to do that shit in a month.
Yeah, and I was just talking, we were talking outside on the porch as soon as I came up, and I was like, yeah, man, I went online to see if I could find other pickups, and I went to, because they come from China and shit, and double the price. I was like, never mind, I'm glad I bought them when I did.
Yeah.
Ugh. I got new pots and everything, too.
That's important. I was getting ready to say, man, you can change out the pickups, but the pots are still the originals, so they're fucked.
I'm learning so much shit about how to put guitars together, and I'm like...
That's how every luthier got their start.
Yeah, and I don't even know how to solder. I need to learn that shit. I was like,
just
fuck it.
goop it on. That's what I do.
I have electrical tape on hand. If anything else, I'll just tape everything together and pray it doesn't start on fire unless I need star power.
Big
I'll
old
just tilt
molten
that bitch
pile
upwards.
of metallic poop.
Precisely, yeah. The first time I ever used solder, I went through an entire coil of it and wasted it. It just evaporated. And I was like, I'm doing something wrong.
Well,
This is not supposed to happen.
First of all, heat getting the heat dialed in perfectly well. And if you keep using your soldering gun, you find out, like, I got to get it right here. As a matter of fact, a lot of people take a fucking Sharpie and like, here's where my fucking prime zone is at on this thing to just get that shit melted good enough to make that connection and everything else. But number two, don't try to save on that spool. Just use it. That's the shit. That shit is there for that reason. Just burn through it, you know.
Yeah, that was me just practicing, which is even sadder.
You know what? That's commendable, dude. But so the plan is, though, so you get new pickups and new pots and everything else.
If anything, if worst case scenario, it doesn't work, I fuck it up, or I just end up, destroying the pickups
Go
or
Pete
something
Townsend's on everybody.
Which is the most likely outcome is it's going to be unusable, then fuck it. I'll use it for music videos, and it'll be just this cool-looking guitar that I use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I hope you get a real player out of that. That'd be awesome.
I have an Explorer.
I even replaced all the black hardware with gold.
That's a big upgrade, too.
Yeah. It looks pretty. Even if it doesn't play, it looks pretty as hell. It might not sound like anything, but
So you now have basically two Explorer body styles now.
Yeah. I have an ESP EX50 and then this
See, it's the story of the haves and the have-nots.
That's right. Hey, man, the Explorer, in my opinion, is one of the best-looking body types of a guitar out there.
It's my favorite. I think it looks ahead of its time.
Gibson's RD, they're re-releasing that again, like they do about every 20 years or so. It's a split between like an Explorer and a fucking like a Firebird.
Have you ever heard of a Chipson?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. They're legit. It hits a certain thing for me because I'm not a full-on Explorer guy. I'm really not. Matter of fact, the wackier shit, the wackier you go, like an ESP, EX style, that's too sharp for me.
Yeah.
Well, your first concern is like, well, how am I going to play that sitting down?
No, because I do stand and I sit, and an Explorer is not a sitting down.
Oh, no.
It's just like the Flying V. Good fucking luck if you're going to sit on your ass playing that beast.
I like the neck of it,
though.
though.
Like that, though. Ding-a-da-ding-a-da-ding.
I've gotten used to playing it sitting down, which is a good thing, because I play it more sitting down than I do standing up, which is bad, because whenever I get to playing standing up, I'm like, fuck, now I got to, change my hand position and
Got to move my whole back.
So what I've started doing is just recording songs standing up. Get used to it.
I don't. I don't sit down and play guitar anymore unless it's like my guild, some acoustic shit. I'll do it with that fucking crazy ass bass over there. But man, if I'm playing the Les Paul or the ESP, I'm standing because my pedal board's over here, and I got a Morley fucking lead wah now.
Yeah, and then my dog's in the studio with me, or the garage actually, and like the microphone's on the floor right next to the amplifier. I'll be recording something, and you hear like, and it's her dropping a ball right next to the microphone, right by my leg, because she wants to play fetch.
On that microphone to play.
Actually,
motherfucker.
Actually, if it's creepy enough, that might be a good touch.
Sometimes you can't even hear it. Like I look down and she's nudging my leg with her nose and shit, and like the ball's right next to the microphone. And I was recording something. I went back and listened to it. I was like, okay, the guitar buried the sound of the ball hitting the mic.
The only one that knows about it is me.
It's not like I'm, paying for studio time or anything.
When the ball hits the floor.
Little grinding pool homage.
I can only count to 4. I want to do parodies so fucking bad. Oh, that would be so cool.
Oh, you got to go down that route.
The metal version of Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit! I've been listening to Weird Al.
There already is one. His name is Dennis Pauna. But mostly for Metallica shit. That guy can actually nail Metallica. He's been doing it for years, and he's the guy from Plan Left.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
But if there's a thing, it's like if Typo sounded like this, or if Typo did this song, it's probably Dennis Pauna.
Right.
The Vampire Band.
And you got Psycho Stick, which is really good at the
I love Psycho
comedy
Stick.
metal.
Yeah.
Got to see them in Roswell, New Mexico, USA.
It's going to be over 100 tomorrow.
Oh, well, they deserve it.
It is closer to hell, right?
That's right.
The farther
Don't get
south
more
you go, the
closer than
hotter
that.
it gets.
Yep, the hotter, the whiter, and the angrier.
Yeah. They can keep all that anger down there.
That's right.
I'm all about peace and love, my friends.
That's right. We're here to spread that good word here.
If this is your first time listening, let's go with that.
Yeah, we're shiny, happy people holding hands here.
Absolutely.
Mead for Metal Podcast get together fortnightly and get together and talk about, Mead metal. Sometimes.
Break into a rage at random times.
We do actually have a Mead update this week. So now I kind of know the path forward. We've had a batch we've been sitting on. I call it the Halloween batch because we started, I think, right around October 31st. Man, it's ready to go. We could bottle that.
It's been 6 months.
We could bottle that shit right now. problem I have is we're almost out in the barrel.
And that is a problem.
So then it comes down to, do I want to top off, get some good shit going, and, dump that into the barrel, but also then preclude ourselves from having a pretty primo batch? I don't know. The decisions are there. But I think barrel's the right move because we've got a lot of inventory.
Right.
We've got 3 fucking different batches. We got Troublemaker from last year. We have Landfall from last year. And we have Green Man from
That is so cool.
this year.
The Green Man.
I think.
I love the names
yeah,
of them. It's so cool.
Yeah, well, they've all, the name plays heavily into what they are.
And of course, yeah.
Although I do
Green
like...
Man is the chilly one, right? Green
That's
chili?
the chili one.
I do like
That's
to think
cool.
about the Green Man one as being like a typo negative homage instead of it being about the lore.
It is. It's about the lore, by the way.
Not unless you ask Ruben. Ruben's like, no, it's a typo negative batch.
Whenever I was coming up with my alien mascot, I thought of Green Man, and I was like, that's kind of cool.
Did you make that logo?
Yes, I did, actually.
Nice.
I actually came up with it by looking at the guitar pick. A guitar pick and, like, seeing it upside down and being like, that looks like an alien head.
Speaking of which, I was just playing the Guild earlier, and it was like, what the fuck pick is? Oh, it's a KBX pick. So at least the shit you leave over here is getting some use.
This riff brought to you by the good people at KBX.
Kinky butt sex.
You've been actually pretty active on the music front.
Yeah, I've been just digging around with guitar a lot more frequently because I think that I haven't been practicing enough. And I want to get to where I can perform shows more, but I think I need more practice.
Yeah.
And recently I've been covering a lot of shit that is a lot ahead of what I've been playing. I covered The Sentinel by Judas Priest, and that's been on my list for a long time.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
And
well, goddamn, you're pretty...
That fucking song is like my favorite Priest song.
Be sure to subscribe to KBX at KBX Band.
I guess, what the hell would... you're... I guess very, very... you got a lot of irons and different fires, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got plans and shit, but I got to slow down because, like, right now with the KBX thing, I'm doing covers for, different bands. I'm also planning original shit, and then I've got this soundtrack that I'm going to release with a book. Like, slow the fuck down, man. I did finish the book, but I'm going back and proofreading it, and I'm also working on songs for the characters in the book. It's like based off a fighting game.
Which, by the way,
shit.
if you've not delved into podcasts, LJ, aside from just being our metal correspondent, I think as Brandon calls him, dude's an author too. You did a lot of Star Wars stuff, right?
Star Wars stuff?
Or as far as fan fiction kind of things.
I did the original stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just like science fiction, action, adventure
Got
stuff.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I get bored easily, so I come up with ideas.
Moving into other stuff,
shit.
like, well, I'm going to build guitars. I'm going to write stories. I'm going to be a musician. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. God damn, man. Good on you.
Yeah. Hey, man, you made a book. That's fucking all right.
Yeah, I mean, this is nothing really great or whatever, but it's like you never know what's going to happen unless you try.
Well, come on, sir. That's not going to generate sales.
We ain't going with that defeatist attitude here.
If I came over here and I was like, I had the best books ever, then, it wouldn't
I
sell
read
shit.
this one book by...
It'd sell negative net, It's
I
like,
think his name is Lorenzo Ruiz.
I do think it's hilarious.
I want him
Both of
deported
you,
to Venezuela.
both of you guys go to the guy who's probably never read a book in his life.
You
Guys-
get the dueling trumps.
The only thing that guy's ever struggled to do is fit another hamburger into his mouth.
That's right. You just grab him right by the
beer?
pussy. They let you do it, huh?
You need a beer.
Yeah, I would like a beer, please. Thank you.
Get the man my beer, please.
Beer's going to be great.
It's gonna be the great. It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be huge.
It's going to be cold and wet. Just like I like them.
Must say an executive order to get another beer.
Eastern European puzzle.
All right, we better stop. We better stop before we lose one core listener.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
hate
man!
that guy.
Hey, it's always a goal. Appreciate that, Zop. To not get political on the podcast, but I do like to think we fail every time. Every time.
I mean, I don't think that venting about like shit going awry in our lives is going political. But I
Sure.
think that
But it's
venting
because
too
of
much about
politics.
it. Yeah, I think if you bitch too much in a certain direction, people get that idea. Because I tell people I'm apolitical. I don't give a shit. I've got ideas from both sides, but nothing concrete. I'm not like a liberal or conservative. I mean,
I'm anti-authoritarian, so if that's what you're doing, I'm probably against it.
I'm
But
a meat popsicle.
I will say,
believe
if I wasn't part of this podcast, we probably would never go political. Though.
I just don't believe in being an asshole to everybody, It's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, I know, but there's a certain amount of schadenfreude that's really useful, I think, when you find, like, farmers that voted for Trump. I'm like, oh, you voted for this? Oh, now you're getting kicked in the balls? You wanted this. Oh, my.
And now you're reaping the whirlwind.
It's funny because you see him eating crow, and you're just like, man, you did not see this coming the last time this shit happened?
There's a guy that posted some shit on probably on TikTok or some bullshit. That'd be the great irony. But he has like some kind of like wheel and rim shop somewhere, like Michigan or somewhere. I don't know. But he was on there begging his supporters to give him direction of where to go because all of his stock, all of his inventory comes directly from China. And it said now that's going to put him out of business. And he starts it all with, President Trump, I voted for you. You know, and like, well, man, I'm sorry to hear you chose poorly.
That's
Have you
right.
heard that the honeymoon is over because now Elon's like, hey, man, like the tariffs on China, you're making me pay more for my shit.
Yeah.
Tough
And
titty.
I was like, I just hope that China just sticks it up Trump's ass even
They
harder.
are. No,
Yeah.
God damn it. Here we go getting political. Oh, but
Just saying.
I'll be over here.
What the...
It's going to suck.
They bump it all the way the other day. God damn it, because it's been titty for tatty. And so the other day we get up to like 125% tariff or whatever. Trump administration then, they get a hold of China's president and they say, hey, it'd be great if you reached out and told President Trump that you would like to go ahead and talk to him about tariffs. And he's like, no, fuck you. Guess what? 145% or whatever they jacked it to.
Yeah.
It's like they are trying so hard to make this fat, goofy, fucking 78-year-old man look like he knows what he's talking about, and he's actually living in 2025 instead of 1985.
The ass kissing is just bizarre.
They're trying so hard. And China, man, fuck China. But they threw a great big middle finger and went, nope, fuck you. Ain't doing it. Oh, you want us to reach out? Oh, everybody around the world's come to us now to negotiate. No. A lot of them are not. And on top of that, Trump's after China. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody else, except also he's angry at Canada and Mexico because he's a cunt.
They told him to
And I
go
knew
fuck
he was going to
himself.
fuck with China because one of the things he said back whenever he was being interviewed by Letterman and shit is, hey, we have $1 trillion deficit, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we do because we buy more shit than they buy. You know?
Yeah, but the dummy then goes and his administration lists it as tariff amounts, and they're not.
It was a trade deficit, wasn't
Trade deficits are what? And they were looking at it, I was like, well, let's divide this number to that number. All right, so they got a 15% tariff on us. They do not. We have a trade imbalance with them. Figure it out. And he's trying to bring it back to building a manufacturing industry in the United States. I was reading a column. You know what an iPhone would cost that was made in America with American labor? $5,000, my good man.
And I was looking into it. They're going to have to get supplies to build factories anyway. Where do you think they're going to get that shit?
Fucking Dave Chappelle, as much as I think that guy's objectionable now, but he's absolutely fucking right. It's like, I don't want the Chinese labor. I want the Chinese goods.
Yeah.
And he ain't wrong. He ain't fucking wrong. Because who in that, do we want to pay somebody like $30, $40 an hour to build an iPhone? No.
I'd learn how to do it if that was the pay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it would never happen because you wouldn't have a market because nobody could afford to buy your goddamn product.
Don't make your dumb brick that
just
you
like-
need to make phone calls.
Every time there's something that pops up on I'm on the Boomer Media Facebook. So, so you see sponsored products and people commenting. It's like, all right, let's hazard a look here and see what they're doing. Every fucking time. It's like, where's this made? It's like, goddamn good and well these little light bulbs are made, you fucking asshole. You know exactly where. It's all coming out of China. Is it out of Denmark? No. Fuck no.
I only buy Dutch light bulbs.
Yeah, well, I only buy...
The fucking irony too is like
I was getting ready to say, like, I don't buy anything from Denmark.
just chocolate.
somebody was talking about the Trump shit that he sells, like his thermoses and caps. They're all like, look at the tag,
bullshit.
made in China, made in China, made in China. I was like, it's
yeah,
funny.
the high tops, the Bible, all of the Trump shit that he sells, it's all from China. So
As
clearly,
funny.
one man's doesn't have a problem with China.
Look, guys, I hate
Anyways.
to stand up for DJT.
All
here,
right.
but he did sell steaks on the Sharper Image catalog. Can we remember this, please?
I do not.
You don't remember? Really?
No.
Oh, shit. I thought I was making a funny joke. Yeah, Trump sold steaks in the Sharper Image catalog.
Would that be the art of the veal?
Trump steaks.
Dick.
That was actually pretty good.
Thank you very much.
I couldn't laugh at it because I was too busy being like, nice. So anyway, that was your political minute.
Yeah.
Apologies to everyone.
It's fine. I just get frustrated when God damn it. You know, you ought to be able to rely on your country. Your country. If you're a citizen of the United States, you ought to be able to rely on your country that they're not going to deport your ass.
I just miss not
Somewhere.
seeing the president in the news every fucking day, and then
Yeah.
being like, "What the fuck?" And like every day, I like go to Facebook. I try not to, but every day, even if I'm not on Facebook, someone else mentions it. It'll be on TV or something, and I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Dude, it's so
Can't avoid it,
easy.
man.
Oh my God, it's so easy to not.
But by
use
the
Facebook.
same token,
It's
I always need
all-
to. I always need to point it out. It's like, look, that other fucking side didn't exactly roll out somebody I could fucking deal with either. I purely was voting against a dude in the elections. I wasn't voting for. I was voting against. But,
For what old Joe Bro did, do you think it'd have been easier if old
took a-
DJT had won?
took a dump in his pants.
Who's to say he didn't?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Just
right?
say Trump won in 2020.
Some people would try to make you believe he did,
That's
and they're
fair.
what I call idiots.
Yeah. What's the term? Traitors to the traitors to their country.
Traitors to the country, right? Except they all get pardoned and
God damn it! Y'all got me sucked into this shit
I
now.
have a
too.
friend who calls them maggots.
they are. Trumpanzees is a good one too, but
Trumpanzees.
Trash.
goddamn man, how's your week?
Oh, dude! I've learned something new about this new vehicle of mine every day, because it's smarter than I am. So I've really been wondering how to open my fuel door.
You still haven't figured that shit
No,
out?
I did by accident today. So I'm looking at this vehicle like I'm a primate, and this thing just landed on my planet.
Sounds right.
And I'm looking in the trunk to see if there's a button. There's no button. There's no button. There's buttons for everything except the fuel door. So I'm sitting there looking at it. I mean, you can't pry it open, which I didn't try,
This
I
should
swear.
happen to me. This sounds familiar.
You just push it in, and it
Oh.
springs open.
See, the charger, back when I had that charger here about 10 years ago or whatever, it had a little fucking switch on the inside.
Yeah, like switch or lever or something.
It felt almost mechanical because you kind of pulled it instead, and it would go boom.
Like opening your hood, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was looking for. No, not there. And then I opened up, I'm like, where the fuck's the gas cap at?
You don't need one.
Oh, there will be no gas cap here because this is new technology.
You don't need one, sir.
I have to unlock my vehicle in order to unlock the fuel door. Like, literally, you have to push the button on the fob.
So you
and I
guys
was
ought
like,
to
"That's
drive
weird."
pieces of shit Jeeps like I do.
I did.
I miss
yeah, that's
having
right.
a CD player. It's depressing now, man.
I got one.
I don't have a CD player either.
I'll be 3 seconds into a Metallica song and then it disconnects, and I'm like, you son of a bitch.
2015 was the last model year, or 14, last model year I think that they put out a Jeep with a CD player stock, and that's what I got.
and,
So-
and it's also an MP3 player. If you do like an MP3 CD,
Yeah.
it'll work.
yeah, so
Oh.
it's all that,
The
good,
old
all that good
days.
scrubbing of the old days that carried over all the way to 2014.
You got
Going
it.
backwards, man. I'm collecting vinyl now.
Good man.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Maybe it makes me want to download Winamp now, you know.
Ooh, I miss Winamp
Oh,
so
Jesus,
much.
that was cool. I used to play computer games and listen to Winamp.
Just back when we actually owned our computers.
Yep. Get a kick-ass skin for your Winamp. Make it look cool. Ah, the good old days. Goddamn.
Instead of one nowadays, like, man, I need
Skippy.
to hop on here and fire it up. I got to hurry up and send off an email to work. And I was like, well, hold on. I'm going to need to do an upgrade before you can do anything. I was like, oh, well, by all means, employer computer, thank you.
Thank you,
Let
robot.
us do that, and I will send that email they're expecting in 2 minutes. I'll send it in half an hour when you are complete.
So let me, going farther back, I had a friend who was like, let me unplug my computer and then I can call you on the phone. I'm like, holy shit, this is the future. I was like, this shit's peak.
Hey, man.
Now you don't
That's
even need to disconnect the phone because everything's connected now. Oh,
getting that old dial-up internet. Like, nope, no one can call.
I was
Fuck
like,
you.
A modem sound. Yeah, but it's burned into our memories. If you came after that generation, you'll never know what it is, and know like as soon all you got to do is mention modem sound connecting, and everybody that fucking lived through that period. Well, it's burned into the brain, man.
I was the last of all my friends to have internet.
Having to pull that router program, and be like, dial in, and then you can open Netscape Navigator.
Yeah,
The good old days.
good old nut scrape.
Damn. That
Now
brings
you-
back memories.
Now I'm downloading porn at 800K a second, if you know what I mean. Nah, psych, I'm just kidding, man. I got fiber. We're talking gigabit over here.
I'd get
It's
on
like, I
like
stream that shit now.
I'd get on because thanks to Lars Ulrich, I found out there was a site where you get free music. So I'd get on Napster and and download music that I wasn't aware that was out there, and easily an hour and a half per song.
Sure.
Jesus. I had a friend who
at a whopping 3 to 5K a second.
we used to use shit like LimeWire, and then like we'd
Man,
download music
LimeWire
videos.
was that piggy motherfucker had like so much shit attached to it.
We stopped
Oh.
using it because like you download a music video and it was a guy getting his head blown off or something. We were like, well, never mind.
Yeah,
that's-
download LimeWire. Oh, by the way, welcome to all the viruses that are coming along with that.
Oh yeah,
bitch.
man.
Cool.
I had a computer that had so much fucking malware and adware on it. I was like, well,
Trojan horse of LimeWire. Holy shit.
I bet you that computer tower it's still in my garage and it's probably still sitting there rife with viruses.
Yes, it must
Holy
be cleansed.
Most of the time, like, shit of mine will die. I don't know. And Brandon usually approaches me with a black robe and a sigh going, you want me to deal with that?
It's time to let go.
What do you do?
Wizard
I will take
knife
care of it for
fight.
you. and he disappears, and my hard drive disappears forever.
That's right. Basically, when I leave, I just throw it out the window.
He's like, Alakazam, I made it disappear. Where did it go?
I say a few kind words and throw it out the window at 80 miles an hour.
Smash.
That's how she goes, boys.
Actually, I think I
Fatality.
still have those hard drives. I don't know why. I'm never going to use them.
I was like, this man has like a way to like melt them.
Well, I was gonna try to get into the whole fucking crypto thing, like setting up a little bit of a thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you got to have some hard drives to do that. But then I lost interest.
Well, most of the hard drives I'd sent with you were fucking already corrupted and beyond the point of repair.
yeah, in
anyway.
between like 10 and 20 gigs.
Yeah,
sure you guys-
yeah.
it's all photos. It's all photos like from 20 years ago.
Well, which I was actually able to save.
You saved like a
Like a
solid
major-
like
there-
65-70%.
Yeah, there were some that were like a third of it's there and the rest is corrupt.
Yeah.
All the shit I have is probably like early recordings of me fucking around on guitar before I learned how to play.
Mine's all my amateur porn. I got to get that back. It's my retirement.
That's my money making.
Just waiting for that OnlyFans. Got to hit 45 because that's what people want to see.
That's it.
Speaking
So the Birth Weekend podcast.
We're here.
We've done this, goddamn, about every year. It always falls. Even when we started going, like, we're going every other week, it's always right before. So what we have today, podcast, LJ came down for this shit. And,
Bugs and A.
yeah, we're going to have a pretty good fucking Friday, I think. Saturday's going to be pretty huge.
Is this a
Chock full of
special
goodness.
occasion?
Always.
We're doing, yeah, because tomorrow's like a pretty big UFC event, so we're buying that shit. We're buying a pizza's about a quarter of an acre big, I think.
That's
Something.
right. The old $100 pizza pie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's
Simple
cool.
Simons. It barely fits on my table.
It doesn't even fit through the door. You have to like cut it in half and
Oh,
call your friends to like
Actually,
hold half of
you're
it.
kind of correct. You do have to put it at a certain angle and get it through the door and then flatten it again. But yeah.
There's a lot of trust involved
And then
in getting this thing A to B.
Sunday, we're going to do a concert from last year that's kind of a really meaningful one. I know we only just talk about metal on here, but we're going to do the 3-hour concert of the Cure tour from last summer.
When that new album came out and they basically just
Yeah.
did the
So-
whole fucking thing.
Songs for a Lost World, but
that's cool.
They break it into 3 parts. I've seen it before, just never at the volume I really need to watch it at. So we're doing that on Sunday.
Because that is a big ass. Be like, listen, we're going to be listening to something real loud for about 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, but most of the
Expect
most
the
of
ground to rumble.
most of the shit we do out here, it's like, oh, well, it's like an hour, maybe
It's
a
an
little
album.
more. You know,
It's an album. Yeah, maybe a little more than an hour. 3 hours. It's gonna be a journey.
well, but there are 2 intermissions that are right around like 10-15 minutes because Robert Smith ain't a young man.
That's why I got that watermelon kush and that key lime pie, baby.
Ooh.
That's right.
Scheduled piss breaks.
Yeah, I can hold it.
We want to do where are we at? We good on time? We need
We're
to.
at about the halfway.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and get the lowdown. What's going down with LJ?
Oh shit. And we are now going to review the metal releases for this week. but live in person in the Mead Hall.
Yeah.
It's LJ, motherfuckers. And I am happy to be here. We're going to wing this shit like we always do and fly by the seat of our pants. Okay, so first we got some interesting shit. Let's go with Elvenking with their new album, Readers of the Rune. I love the label name. It's Reaper, man. Hell yeah.
Brandon
Reaper
tried to get me into Elvenking a long time ago, and I refused.
This was back when I was also not selling shit, but smoking fake marijuana.
Selling
yeah.
K2.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was selling it at a head shop. All right, fine, you're right.
Sorry.
But yeah, hell yeah. I love the podcast segments like this because these always introduce me to new bands I've never listened to. For example, also, whenever we were getting this shit ready, I was listening to the Lord Weird Sloth Feg, F-E-G. The album is called Traveler Supplement 1, the Ephemeral Glades EP. God damn, that is a paragraph and I love it.
Anything with the word ephemeral, I'm on board.
I'm already out of breath.
I didn't even know how to I can't remember all that shit. So, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my playlist, and I'll just listen to it at my convenience. We've also got Magnolia Park with an album called Vamp.
They're heavy as shit.
Hell yeah. Ooh, check this shit out. A band called Impaled. Doesn't it get any more metal than that? With the album Demo Medicale. Tank Crimes is the name of the label. Oh, man, that's funny.
Sounds like a tasty taco.
Yeah, it does, actually.
They're from Poland, but charged with SA. Well, that would make sense.
Crunchy and murdery.
Cochino.
The album Hex from the band Black Map is also one that you should probably check out. Sounds like something that's pretty interesting, pretty heavy. Epica has an album, Aspiral. Jesus Christ, LJ, learn how to read.
Sparrow.
Aspiral?
A sparrow flies.
Aspiral. But they should have named it what the label was named, Raining Phoenix. Jesus, man.
That's a contradiction in itself.
It is.
Unless it's REIGN.
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh, hey, all right, never mind.
That makes sense. Good.
Statement retracted.
A kingbird that continuously regenerates itself from death.
It rains.
Oh, look, there's a band called Rock Out with an album called Let's Call It Rock and Roll.
Oh, dude, it should have been called Cock Out.
With your cock out.
Seems to me like a cop-out. Damn, they could have gone with that.
There's so much money to be made there. They left it all on the table.
These bands need to be more creative.
Call me bands.
Just like the band Swallow the Sun with an album Shining Dark Deluxe.
That's a band Ruben likes, isn't it?
Man, God.
It sounds familiar.
That
Yeah,
dude likes some really off-the-wall shit. It
That's
might
true.
be.
And Ruben does like a lot of stuff.
A lot.
He has a pretty eclectic taste, I'll give him that.
Across the entire spectrum of metal. It's just shocking.
Yeah, we were talking about bands one night and got onto some weird shit. And I was like, I'll check some of it out. I listened to it. I was like, okay, I like about half of this. I'm not going to lie. I've even started listening to Alice in Chains and shit, too. Get more
That's
educating myself.
That's that Brandon influence.
So what are you? Are you a Lane boy? Are you a Cantrell boy? They got
don't
two
know.
cans. Or you could be that rare fan, just like, man, I like Alice in Chains.
I'm in I just listened to Dirt halfway and then got distracted with some Priest camp. But I'm going to listen to some more, definitely.
Yep. If you're for the William Duvall era, there's really not a wrong answer.
No. Black Gives Way to Blue is powerful, but goddamn.
Devil Put Dinosaurs here is heavy. Rainer Fog's about a combination of the two.
Yeah.
We'll go with one more band on this list, In the Woods, ... I like how they have an ellipsis.
Oh my God, what are
in
they
the
going to
band
say?
name. The band's name, or the band's album is called Otra, O-T-R-A. It's probably not even pronounced that way.
Oh shit, this is like a folk doom band or something, isn't it? Does it have the genre on it?
Possibly. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. It just says Prophecy as the record label.
Oh. Because that band sounds fucking familiar.
Yeah.
I think I listened to them whenever we were getting geared up, and yeah, I think that they have like some
Into the Woods. I'm going to have to remember that.
some very dark, very slow shit. Anyways, that's all for this metal segment. What are your guys' picks for this week? Have you checked any of these out yet?
Pale Summit's new drop from yesterday, but then again, that's a single. That's not an album drop. So
Very true, but sometimes it gives you a good idea. I didn't know who the hell some bands were and checked out I couldn't find the new albums. And so I'd listen to older releases and I'm like, okay, I got an idea of these shits. And then they'd come out with a new album that sounds completely different. I'm like, you bastards.
Yeah. Super Heaven's got a new drop. I don't know if you'd call them metal. Well, they're a metal of kind, I guess.
Pretty close.
They've got a new one coming out here pretty soon. because they now have 3 fucking singles out from that.
Yep.
So clearly, if you're on the Metallica math, there's an album coming here in a couple of weeks.
New Pelican in May.
Yeah, man. It's next month. Yeah. I'm curious to see where Pelican goes because that last was really, really heavy. Like almost to the point where like, I'm not even sure I'm on board with this now, considering I've been a Pelican fan for fucking 10 years now, 10, 11
Been a
years.
while.
But I'm looking for them to get back to, and it sounds like they're getting back to like their Ataraxis kind of stuff, and I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Pelican bringing the rock in their beak.
And
to
never
your face.
and ne'er a vocal to be found.
I guess that's our metal segment for the week.
Thank
That's
you for being a friend.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
In one red-hot slingshot, itching to enter that Cheetos production center. My cool takes a pardon as I go bombarding those Cheetos snacks he's guarding. The cheese that goes! Crunch. It's not easy being cheesy.
Stone Kind.
It is.
This is the other band that Ruben had recommended. I was like, oh, yeah, I know the Deftones.
Well, you know, he found it here. Found a lot of things here.
Naturally, as you do.
I always like to let it kind of rock in the background a little bit. See, these headphones just...
Well, LJ's looking at the TV. It's playing something different on the TV. I'm only doing that because I'm too lazy to turn the fucking home theater system
need
back
to keep
on
that
when it
bitch
goes to sleep.
on, baby.
Yeah.
Need to keep that bitch on.
No, that was Stone Kind, and they got
never mind.
They got a new album in 2 months.
God
I
damn.
think 2-3 months. Yeah. And you can tell they're a young band because they're putting out albums pretty regular. So you start hitting like a certain age. I'm not going to point out certain bands, Tool, that you know, you require, you
Shots
require
fired off
years
Port
and
Bound.
years and years and years.
Damn.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought there. God damn you, Key Lime Pie.
Hey, how long was that Tool concert that you went to last?
2 hours.
Oh, okay, I was just
Yeah.
wondering.
The one before that, also 2 hours with an intermission, but that one's the one that
About a
kind of
15-minute intermission between.
made me want to shit myself because it was amazing.
I figured that it would be longer, but I just remember, like, every concert I've been to is about 2 hours except Metallica, which I remember it took forever for them to come out, and Jim Brewer was trying to hold the fucking ship together.
See, my problem was the first time. So we saw Tool on the Fear Inoculum tour,
Yep.
and they had Killing Joke.
Killing Joke.
Killing Joke, yeah.
They
which
did.
is maybe
They did the
wor-
wait.
Yeah.
Might be the worst opener I've ever heard.
I remember you saying that it sounded like shit.
It was terrible.
That
It was like just because you're old doesn't mean you need to be like, hey man, we're still in the loop. We're going to be louder than any band you've ever heard. Don't do that, because Gojira's going to do it louder than you and better than you, and they did when we saw them. But so I like Tool better on the Fear Inoculum tour with a shitty opener. But then you had Tool basically doing kind of still touring on that record, but adding in more of their older shit, but with Elder as the opener. And it's like, well, Tool wasn't as great, but god damn, that opener is a little hard to argue with.
Yeah, and also you got to keep in mind we got to hear Maynard before COVID, and then after he caught COVID 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a singer who he's got pipes, and they got to stay pristine.
You got to have them
yeah.
pipes.
You have to have pipes.
But,
All that pipe.
well, I'll tell you what, birth weekend, I got a little game show for the two of you.
Game
Now,
show, you said.
This is a little bit different. Last time there was a game show on this, Brandon did it, and it was basically what's in my search history. This one,
What in my search history? God damn it. No, that's not what it was. I don't look for
Throw
that
whole
shit.
episode out.
It was what Google would suggest you might be looking for.
so what I went ahead, I thought, no, I don't want to step on his skis and do that. What I want to do, there's the old fuck, marry, kill, but I don't like 3 options. That's a lot of work. I like 2 options. So what I have is a list of metal, some are semi-metal, artists. And it's called High or Fight. We all get high here at the table, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to give 2 names.
Currently.
And of those 2 names, you will choose which one you would prefer to sit down and smoke a little of that sweet, sweet Chiba. And the other one, well, you're going to fight him. So, to get started, Brandon's already been through this contest. We'll get started with Brandon.
That's me.
All right, Brandon, here you go.
I'm ready.
First one, High or Fight, Josh Homme, Kid Rock.
I'm fighting Kid Rock.
Okay,
Hell
good
yeah.
man.
Because I also think Josh Homme could probably kick my ass pretty well.
Kid Rock looks like a lawn decoration now.
He does.
This is
He does.
twig-
He's
like
Neither a kid nor he is he Rock.
scarecrow.
Motherfucker is a parody of himself, and he needs to have hands dealt his way.
That's right.
And if that's a choice, then yeah, Kid Rock is getting all of my fury, and Josh Homme is getting all of my stories of when I was a youth.
All right, LJ, you know how the contest is played now. High or Fight,
Cool, man.
Mike Portnoy, Chino Moreno.
I think I get high with Chino.
That's probably the right call. That's probably the
I don't
right
know,
call.
man. You want to fight a drummer? That dude's got endurance, bro.
That's true.
Yeah, you got to hit him like Kosiga.
You know.
All right. Here you go,
Strike
Brandon.
first or fall first.
Okay, I'm going to switch these up. Brandon,
Bring it.
Jim Root, Kerry King.
I had
High or
to-
Fight.
I had to think of who Jim Root was for a second.
Yeah, from Slipknot.
Yeah, yeah, it took me a second. That's actually a little bit of a tough one because Kerry King's on. Like, I don't know. He just looks like he can fuck you up.
He looks like the guy that's the puss on the block, though, right?
Yeah, but he also strikes me as a guy that probably becomes even more of an asshole as he gets high.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I'd rather get high and shred licks with Jim Root.
Jim Root's got some pretty good fucking guitars.
All Kerry King's gonna want to do is put on that stupid fucking chain link fucking guitar strap
Yeah.
and braid his beard and want to show you how cool he is. Or at least Jim Root, you might be like, hey, dude, let's do some Otis Redding, you know?
That's
And he'd
right.
probably do that. See, I'm fighting Kerry King and I'm fucking toking it up with old Jimmy.
I'm not going to say there's right and wrong answers to this, but that was a right and wrong answer, and Brandon nailed it. All right.
This is really showing my lack of a metal pedigree. It's
All
like,
right,
no,
here,
no.
here you go. LJ, Brett Michaels, Joe Satriani, High or Fight.
I'm beating the shit out of Bret Michaels.
There you go. I almost fully expected that one. Even if you said Joe who, I'm fighting. I'm absolutely fighting
But yeah,
Brett.
it would be cool to kick it with Joe Satriani.
You gotta get high with the alien.
You know, he has a song on the Mario Brothers soundtrack from '93, "The Speed of Light." Check it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
The next one is for Brandon, and it's a really hard one.
Oh, man. I'm ready. Shit.
High or Fight, Marilyn Manson, Ted Nugent.
See, here's the
Well, the pedo or a racist.
here's the problem. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Marilyn Manson's been doing in his downtime except booking a horrible tour.
Hopefully not dealing with children.
Now I don't know if he was a kid diddler, but
What is it, 'cause of an underage?
Well, I'm sure it's probably happened in the 90s for him. This is primarily him just like allegedly mistreating women, which if you had read his autobiography before dating him, you would have known that's probably in the cards for you. But Ted Nugent is a fucking cunt, man.
You bet.
But the funny thing is, I think I'd have more fun getting high with Ted Nugent than Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson might
Although
try
Ted Nugent claims he's straight as an arrow, but he also claimed he just didn't go to Vietnam and where he shit his pants, and also claimed to be a homosexual. So
See, I've made up excuses to get out of work.
all right, fair enough.
Yeah, high with Nuge. Oh God, I even gave him a
Damn.
You give a little
Instead of
buddy
Uncle
name.
Ted. Instead of
Next
Uncle Ted.
question.
All right, LJ.
Yo.
High or Fight, Trent Reznor, Tom Morello.
Oh, damn, that is a good one.
That is a good one.
Shit. I think I could take. I think I get high with Tom
music in the
Morello.
background.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just let it rock.
Yeah, I'd get high with Tom Morello.
Tom Morello and fight Trent Reznor. That's actually probably a pretty good one.
I've actually been
Trent's
listening to a lot
scrawny.
of. Yeah, I've been listening to some Nine Inch Nails lately because I got into them again because of Weird Al Yankovic covering or making the song "Germs" based off of their style.
Got it.
That shit, as a kid.
I didn't realize that was a thing. Shit, I might have to look into that.
I'll send you all this shit.
All right, Brandon. High or fight?
Oh, God.
Oh, they're both from the same band. Danny Carey, Justin Chancellor.
Oh, God damn, that's tough.
Yeah.
But
There's
Danny
old Kev pulling out the stops on the birth weekend.
Danny Carey, dude, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'd learn so much more from him getting high with him than trying to fight him.
Oh, you'd certainly learn numerology.
Yeah. and this motherfucker probably breaking out the psilocybin.
Yeah. Count on that.
Or Justin Chancellor. Now, the thing is, with Justin Chancellor, I feel like it'd be a lot more like a drunken brawl. And then afterwards, we'd be like best friends.
Yeah.
Because he's Australian.
Probably not wrong.
Throw down and bro down.
I feel like there are reasons for both guys. But Danny Carey still looks like he could fuck somebody up and he's over 60. Yeah, I'm getting high. Getting high with Danny Carey.
You seen Def Leppard's guitarist? The dude is fucking shredded.
Yeah. Well,
Phil Collin?
Yeah.
You have to be when you start getting his age. All right. Higher fight. LJ. Axl Rose, Vince Neil.
I think I'm gonna beat the shit out of Axl Rose.
All right. I expected
Just- I
that,
don't
but I thought every once in a while you get a guy like, oh, Axl, all right.
I already know your answer to that.
Of course. Vince Neil getting his ass kicked.
You're
today.
getting a little vengeance there.
Oh man, that reminds me. My wife went to go see Bret Michaels' band, and he was moving in on her. Like
Bret Michaels?
Yeah, she has pictures where he was like grabbing her arm on like from the stage, and also like he gave her a pic. And I was like, my God, like she was close enough to like take a picture of his junk. That's how close he was.
And it wasn't with poison. It was just his own.
Yeah,
own
Bret
shit?
Michaels' band. Yeah, he was just,
Oh,
he was just
okay.
moving in on my woman.
Wow.
Was she your woman at the time?
Yeah.
Brett
This-
Michaels.
Brad Michael. Yeah. See, this is personal. That's what that shit is.
Now it's personal.
It was just hilarious because
All right.
she was all like, yeah, he was grabbing my hand and stuff. I'm like, wow, you were close to the stage. Holy shit.
And it just keeps on a rocking with the contest here. Higher fight, Brandon, maybe the hardest one yet.
God damn it.
Sinister Gates and Tobias Forge. That one sucks because I wouldn't want to get high with either one of them.
Went out both the guitars from
Could I fight them both?
Well, I don't like Tobias Forge as a musical entity just because he's this guy. It's like I'm the visionary. Everybody around me just working for me.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I don't really listen to current Devin Townsend music anymore. But see, Sinister Gates, he's the guitar player, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna fight that guy just because I had to fucking barely remember who he was.
Right?
I would probably get high with Tobias Forge
Okay.
in the hopes that something cool come out. Maybe talk about quit doing this ghost shit and maybe get a band of people around you and fucking be in a band.
That's
Be in
right.
a band. How about a band?
Band. Okay.
He left the fucking band.
It's not Jason Newsted, although
Exclamation
Metallica
mark.
news, new video coming, and it involves because they were really building it up because with that particular video, the one that they'd launched back in 2004, right?
That Metallica Saved My Life thing.
Yes.
Yes,
And
okay.
that's going to be a brand new deal coming, I guess. in a
It's
few
more.
months.
It's more. It's not in the same vein as some kind of monster because
I thought some kind of monster was what you guys were talking about.
yeah, they're
They're like 20 years ago in a world where
What a world.
Here we go. LJ, high or fight? Mark Tremonti, Zach Wilde.
Damn, I think I'd get high with Zach Wilde
Yeah.
because I don't know the other guy.
I think everybody else did, right?
That dude would probably squish me like a bug.
till he got blood clots and couldn't do anything fun
Can't do
anymore.
nothing fun. All right. Brandon has a hard one.
Always, I am a hard one.
High or fight?
Ready?
This one's actually Fred Durst, Mike Patton.
God
Exactly.
damn.
Exactly.
I'm fighting Fred Durst.
All right.
I'm definitely smoking some reefer with Mike Patton. Maybe get him through some of this fucking anxiety he's got. Can't do live music that much
Word,
anymore.
bruh.
That dude. Woo. Okay. All right. Here we go. Maybe not so difficult, but we'll see. LJ, high or fight? Mike Shinoda, Lincoln Park. Kim Thale, Soundgarden.
Shit, that one is a tough one.
Ooh. I already got it, but
Yeah,
I think I'd get high with the dude from Lincoln Park.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and fight Kim Thale. Yeah, well, that's fine, because Kim
I'm an
Thale's
asshole.
he's an old man with a long beard. Fight him.
you probably win.
Probably look
All
like a
right.
wizard you want to smoke with, though.
Let me
Steal
see.
those guitars he's got.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here's one for Brandon, and it ain't fun.
It rarely is.
High or fight?
Ready.
Slash or Tommy Lee?
I'm getting high with Tommy Lee.
That's probably the right call.
And I'm
Slash
fighting.
seems like an asshole, right?
No.
I don't know.
No, it just I don't know. Slash is
Well,
a
certainly at the minimum doesn't look like he bathes, huh?
yeah.
There's
And he's a very, very, very sober man.
Yeah.
Where Tommy Lee, I'm sure,
Probably still rocking the
gets
guns.
down.
Sober?
And I might have
Although he
little.
is sober too. These are two sober individuals. so,
Sober's
yeah.
the new rock
I
star.
feel like with Tommy Lee, I got a
Shit to
better
do.
chance at puss when we're getting high. Like maybe he'd call some ladies over.
Got it.
Except Pamela, I don't want that hep.
Here's a fun one.
Okay.
LJ, Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley?
I'd get
High
high
or
with
fight?
Paul. I'd get high with Paul Stanley.
That's the right call. That's the right call.
Yep.
I'd fight Paul Stanley just because I know it'd be over real quick.
Kiss was a cool show to see.
Oh, you did go to that, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually enjoyed it.
All right, Brandon.
Oh, God.
High or fight?
What?
Dave Grohl, Angus Young.
Man. I'd fight no
There's
old
no
man.
good answer to this
Fight
one.
Yeah,
no
I like
old
both of
That
them.
means you
man.
got to hang out with one of them.
Fighting Dave Grohl because he's not an honorable man.
He's a piece of
Kicking the shit out of one of them and apologizing the whole time. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh no,
Whoops.
no,
My bad.
Dave Grohl. I'm saying you earned this. You wanted this.
This has been coming for a while now.
Okay, fair enough.
And at least with Angus Young, I could probably play every guitar riff he shows me.
Most beginning guitar players can.
I just get that guitar with
All
the three strings. I'm good to
Pluck,
go.
pluck,
We're down
pass.
to the final two,
Nah.
and they're going to be the hard ones.
Oh.
The hardest of the day.
Fucking hard.
All right, LJ, your worst nightmare.
Okay.
High or fight? James Hetfield, Dave Mustaine.
I knew this was fucking
Knew it was
coming.
wow.
coming.
Okay, I would definitely get high with James Hetfield.
That's the right call.
Yeah, oh my god, he's my inspiration for wanting to play guitar and sing.
Right there with you, dog.
All right, Brandon, your final one. Hey, they're from the same band. High or fight? Lars Ulrich, Kirk Hammett.
I feel like
I
if-
knew that was like, oh. Well,
I feel
knew
like-
I knew
he was
I'd
waiting.
fight.
He's like, maybe we're going to go bass on this. We're
No,
not.
if you were gonna, well, shit, Jason Newsted and Robert Trio, that'd be an even tougher
That'd
one.
be a tough
even
one.
though I don't
Yeah.
want to get my ass beat by Robert Trio.
There's that.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah,
does.
Because just fighting don't mean like, well, I'm gonna win.
That dude gonna be hard early 75.
The only problem I have is I feel like Lars would want to talk all the fucking time.
And yeah.
Oh, and he want you to like him.
Well, and see, that's the problem. I already like him, but he's just going to talk about like his art and his kids, and his kids are going to just interrupt the high sesh. It's not going to be fun.
Him and David Mustaine have like a conflict of personality because they're both, a little bit of an ego.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're businessmen. However, Kirk Hammett, I feel like we'd get baked, and that dude would want to go surfing, and I'd probably try it out.
Play nothing.
Hell
but,
yeah.
Play nothing but Exodus.
Yeah, I'm getting high with.
Post 86 Exodus.
I'm getting high with Kirk Hammett because they never should have made that motherfucker try to sing for that band. He gets ridiculed for it even to this day, including by me.
I never
He's
knew
not
that.
good at it.
He's not a good singer.
I heard him sing on Some Kind of Monster.
Robert Trio, for some reason, thought, was like, man, this guy can sing, right? So then they would do like this little shit, like in an intermission,
Yeah.
where they're trying to do like a cover or something. It's awkward as shit, because then you realize, like, man, Robert Trujillo can't sing, but he can play the shit out of bass, but he doesn't care.
Yeah,
Kirk Hammett can't sing. He plays shit out of guitar, and he shouldn't be singing.
just go to the Saint Anger It was a DVD that came with Saint Anger. It's called the Saint Anger Rehearsals. They basically just play the full album live at Metallica HQ.
Yeah.
And
It's my favorite thing to watch.
You really get to hear Kirk Hammett sing. and it's really not good.
Yeah. Also, he does a song in the special features because he has to go to traffic school.
Oh, that's in the Some Kind of Monster special features. Yeah.
Yeah, and he plays an acoustic song and sings, and it's pretty funny.
Man.
It's pretty. It's a thin line of fun and cringe.
Yeah.
So that's the birthday
I love
game
that
show.
guy, though.
There are no wrong answers except for like 3 of those. So, but nonetheless.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Fighter, get high with.
Gotcha.
Billy. No, hold on. Make it
Billy
better.
Idol? I'd get
No,
high with him.
I'm ready.
I
Well,
don't
of
know.
course.
I don't know who the other one is, but I'll go
Fucking
with
high that we play Cyberpunk Red with that motherfucker. Okay. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Robin Trower.
Robin Trower. Get high with that guy.
I know.
I will fight a dead man all the time.
Is that a rule? Can you pick dead people?
I guess.
Like I'd hang out with Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'd smoke his ashes.
I would probably fight him and let him know I'm fighting him because he stole all of his sound and technique from Robin Trower.
Damn.
I'd probably still lose the fight, even if he's a dead guy.
That's the beauty of that game because it's the whys that make it fun.
Right.
Easy to say what you do, but why the fuck you do that? Well, I'm doing it for fucking revenge and for someone's honor.
That's right.
And I might not win any of these fights, but damn it, I'm fighting.
That's it.
Throwing
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck down.
I feel it's like easier, like it's almost an either or rather than fuck, marry, kill. So,
Yeah.
Or as I call it, 7, marry, 3.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus. Have you played
My hand become
either or? Is like or like
Yeah. It's,
or what's it called?
and it's that.
You
But
know
I
what
figured this one's like one. It's like, okay, well, you can get high with one of these individuals, but you also got to fight the other one. I thought that was even better. The
that
Josh
was the
Homme one
exact same
is
game,
actually
too.
the one you don't want to fight that guy. So
No, I've
Yeah.
seen that guy call people out at concerts, be like, "You quit doing that, or I'm gonna come down there and kick your ass myself." And he
now I
ain't
also
fucking around.
realize he's not opposed to fighting women too. But hey, man, he's an equal opportunity warrior in the
Hey,
crowd, right?
bro? It actually turned out that that was some self defense shit.
Have you seen
What, really?
Yeah.
Have you seen Blaze Bailey get pissed off at a dude in the audience? It's on YouTube, but yeah,
I had to think who that was for a second.
he's singing the
Should've done-
Trooper, and I guess somebody in the audience spit on Steve Harris.
Yeah.
So he's all like singing the Trooper, and he's staring down this dude in the audience at the end of the song. He's like, "I want you to get on stage. I'm gonna fuck you up." And I was like, "Oh my god, he's pissed.
And you quit smoking that weed.
Stop spitting on the bloody stage."
That's a
least,
horrible Bruce Dickinson.
At least,
know.
at least Maynard
I did
gets
great.
At least Maynard
Yeah,
gets
I
up
like
there, does a little BJJ on stage, holds a motherfucker down, and finishes the song.
That
right?
is. See,
saw it.
if it's bookmarks of horrible and awesome things that were caught on video at rock shows, Dimebag Darrell being murdered is probably the worst.
Yeah.
Maynard James Keenan going up to hug this guy that jumped up on stage and then judo throwing him and taking his back and keeping him there and still finishing the fucking song is one of the greatest things in music, in my opinion.
Oh, that is cool.
I'd put that above Jimi Hendrix doing the Star Spangled Banner.
And then setting the guitar on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, the fire's cool.
Absolutely.
But in like fucking just enforcing your will on another guy
Yeah.
and still doing your job. I got some respect for that.
Last time I saw Iron Maiden, they were doing some fucking song, and the dude whips out a flamethrower, and Bruce Dickinson was just going ape shit with a flamethrower. It was so fun.
God damn.
Yeah,
How many times you seen Iron Maiden?
twice actually. Once,
Twice?
Yeah, and actually 20 years apart because I saw Iron Maiden first in 2008 with my nephew on their Somewhere Back in Time tour, and then I saw him again on the Legacy of the Beast tour.
God damn.
And Eddie Sword fought him too. They did some bizarre shit at that show. It was so cool. So my wife even got to see him, and she crocheted during the show too.
Well, god damn.
She walked in with a fucking needle and some scissors and a ball of yarn in her bag, and they didn't check the bag. I was like, "You could have murdered a motherfucker." I'm so proud of you.
Like, I'm going to fuck you up and I'm going to make you a sweater. That's fucking amazing. Oh, I love that.
All right, cool. So contest good this time around. It's one I may do. The cool thing is it allows me the opportunity to next time LJ's here, I'll whip up another one, but we'll go actors or something like that.
Porn stars.
That'd be interesting.
Porn star. I don't know.
Porn
I know
stars.
like 2.
Tracy Lords or Ginger Lynn?
I know Tracy Lords and Brandon.
Now, granted,
Peter
I'm-
North or Ron Jeremy?
See, that he knows about the deboners.
Well,
Deboners.
every time Brandon has a chance to talk about being a porn star on the show, he'll mention that there's been an upload.
Yeah, he
so.
plugs
Man,
it quite
you know
frequently.
they took that. Well, I don't know if they took it down, but it ain't up there anymore. I was like, someone bought that amateur porn I did to pay rent in 07 with my girlfriend and uploaded it to a porn website.
And then they made money. That's called capitalism.
Oh, no. This was back before internet views were monetized in any way.
Oh,
Maybe they're like, this ain't
no
making any
money.
fucking
It was
money
free-
until
well,
you
yeah,
did it.
who's paying for porn even now?
Nobody.
Exactly. There ain't no money in it unless you're attractive. and I always have this like little like just Easter egg hunt for people that are like curious. They're like, oh, really? It's on there? I'm like, yeah. I'll tell you the website. Search for it all you want. Let me know if you find it. It was on the Hamster, by the way, for those in the know. But yeah, it ain't there no more. And you know what? The piss
Your legacy has been swallowed
the
by
piss
time.
podcast surpassed 30,000 views, and I was like, man, that is the greatest thing I feel like I've done on the internet where I wasn't like getting my dick out and doing stuff.
The
Piss
highest rated video.
podcast is like probably the most disappointing one for anybody. Like, oh shit, I need to hear about this. And we talked about it for like 3 or 4 minutes.
That's how you get
on a
people.
1 hour episode.
It's like one day you look at the playlist, you're like, why are there asterisks on some of the titles? Oh, that's because they're on some of the videos. Oh, that's the videos where I talk about my porn career.
That's right. You know how many views that amateur porn of mine had on Hamster?
No, the ones with the stars have the most views.
Now, granted, it's not super great because this is over the course of, let's see, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
$250,000.
Wow.
I know.
Well, people always are attracted by a bush that looks like it grew on Olympus.
Well, see, here, this is also the weird part. It was the one of just her blowing my dong.
Yeah.
It was my
A
wiener
little bit of Chick-fil-A
and like a solid Clovis 8.
Oh, you're giving her a lot of credit, but okay.
Hey, at the time, no,
Clovis
she
8.
was a Clovis 8 at the time. I don't know what she is now, because I don't know. I'm hoping she's.
We always
suffering
try
in
to
every way.
justify why we're putting it in. Like, she's better than that.
No, I always thought she was good looking, but it's because I
Attractive, but an 8? God damn. There's ladies I put in the 8 category like, whoa.
I stand by what I said.
Her rent revoked.
Well, it did hit that point.
Holy shit.
Because that's why we're not together now. But I still have that video. If I want it back on the internet, I'll fucking put it up there.
So, man, music.
Oh, shit.
Oh, are we over time?
Is there any
I just
MMA?
looked at we're at $1.02.
Oh, well, you know what? Goddamn, we need to probably close her out then. Shit. LJ, I got to say, as always, man, in person, always better than, but life is what it is. And most of the time, 99% of the time, we got to get you to send it to us. But it's great when you're down.
Absolutely.
And thanks for coming down for the birthday week podcast. and all
Couldn't
the
miss
fun
it,
shit.
man.
Hell yeah, man. Always good to have you live on the stick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, that's it. Fuck. Thanks to every one of you for hanging out with us for this long. If this is your first time listening, don't worry, we get better.
Sorry.
With the more liquor you get. But that's it for this week. Man, we'll be back in a couple weeks. We'll be talking pretty heavily about Maynard James Keenan and his birthday party we'll be attending.
Oh, and I got to work 420. God damn. I'm glad I didn't have to talk about weed this time.
Well, I'm
Fuck
glad-
it. Who cares?
No rage. No
Who
rage
cares?
this time.
Not me.
It's a good time. See ya.